And I'm Elaine Moore. And first, we're going to bring up Dr. Essie French Preston, who is a counselor here at El Camino College Compton Center. Dr. Preston.
Good morning. Good morning. And thank you, Elaine. I would like to first begin by congratulating each of you for your great accomplishment. And let me let you know that you are part of history dating back to the early Civil War, when the HBCUs were the schools, and they still are, producing more doctors, more lawyers, and more graduates than any schools in this country. So I want to salute you and congratulate you on your choice of selecting the HBCU. I would like to introduce you to administrators here at the Compton campus, but I also want you to know that not only are we promoting HBCU, Elaine Moore is a Howard graduate. And I'm a graduate of Alabama State University. So at this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Arnett Edwards. She was a person who escorted and served as a chaperone for the students from El Camino Compton who took the tour to HBCU. I think Compton took about 35 students. So I would like for her to come up, introduce Dr. Edwards. She's a counselor here at the Compton campus. And then we have our dean, Dr. Subramaniam, who's the dean of Division 3, and she's over the area that served as a dean for those individuals that went on the tour. So Compton College spent over $200,000 to send these students to HBCUs so they can really see these schools and what they offer. So Dr. Subramaniam, I'm going to have her say hello to you on behalf of El Camino Compton Center.
Good morning. So nice to see so many of you here today. I think it's just amazing how many of you are actually looking at going to colleges out on the East Coast and also the South. I went to the University of South Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, did both my bachelor's and my master's there. And I think those 4 years have been were the best years of my life because I got to live history. And I think that's where all of you would enjoy being, and I hope this experience to the South or the East Coast is going to help you develop your character, your personality, and you're going to come back with a wealth of knowledge, and you're going to show our youngsters here what they can do. Congratulations.
Now Elaine will take the microphone, and our president, Dr. Curry, will be here maybe in about 30 minutes. We want to introduce him to you as well. Okay, Elaine Moore.
Thank you so much, Dr. Preston. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you one of the hardest working people in the nation, Helen Young. She's the director of the California Community College Transfer Guarantee to HBCUs. That's a mouthful. And she is going to give you an overview of the program and also welcome you, students and family members.
I am only the hardest working person in this country next to her. Nobody works harder than Elaine Moore. She is up before the sun comes up. She goes to bed after the sun's been down for hours. So she's got me beat, and really she has been more than just a colleague. She's been a mentor, and she's been an amazing friend. So I started in this project in 2013 when we first, the project came about as a grant from our chancellor's office. Elaine put together a team, and I put together a team, and we both attempted to acquire the grant. The grant was awarded to El Camino College, where Elaine was, and I was a part of the LACCD campus community. We didn't get it, pout, pout, pout. But Elaine invited me to join the crew, and so I've been on this crew ever since. Last year I was asked to take over as project director when they realized this thing was growing by leaps and bounds. And so they said, we really need somebody full-time. Elaine had just retired. She couldn't go back to a full-time job and probably said, heck no, I'm not gonna do that. And so she asked if I would be interested in doing it, and I said, I absolutely would be. I am not an HBCU, yes. I am not an HBCU graduate, but at this point in my life, I feel like I'm an honorary HBCU graduate. I have fallen in love with what HBCUs do for all of us, not just for the students, but for the country. When I talked about the oldest HBCU being 150 years old, and I looked at some of these other institutions across the country, and I thought, they ain't got nothing on us. They ain't got nothing on us. We are the fabric of this country. We as a higher educational institution are the fabric of this country. And I want young folks and old folks to know how important HBCUs really are and what has happened in the tapestry of this country. Without HBCUs and our educators, we wouldn't have achieved some of the things that we have over this last 150 years. So I just want to congratulate you on joining the forces. If I was about 40 years younger, I'd join you, but that's not going to happen. But I'm envious of you. I look to make sure that you communicate with us, you stay in communication with us. When you arrive on those campuses, we want to know how you're doing. We want to ensure that you just not only get there, but we want to ensure that you finish successfully. So you will be hearing from our staff members. We will be checking in on with you. You think you'll have an HBCU connection there? We're going to connect you still to here to California. We want to make sure that you're going to be okay, and that's really important to us. So we love you from the bottom of our hearts. We are proud of you, and if there's anything else we can do for you, you just let us know. We love you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Young. That was great. I get the fun part. I get to introduce the two young speakers. But before that, I'd like to recognize somebody from the El Camino College Compton Center board, and that's Dr. LeBlanc. And let's give her a round of applause. It's important to have those kinds of support from the board members. Would you like to say anything? She'd like to say a few words. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Ms. Moore, and good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Deborah LeBlanc with the Compton Community College Board of Trustees, and I'm a professor of public administration. But today I'm here to encourage and to congratulate all of the students who have made a choice to go to a historic Black college. I can say personally that I have sent two of my grandsons to historic Black colleges, one of my nephews and other family members to historic Black colleges, and it has been a very rewarding experience for them. One of the most important things for you is to get there, buckle down, do your work, but know that that university or college is committed to your success. You are the marketing tool for that institution when you graduate. It's not like they have a big budget to go out and market, but they are connected to you and they are committed to your success. And so just enjoy the experiences that you're going to embark upon. And to each and every one of you, again, I congratulate you and I salute you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just a little bit about me. As was mentioned, I'm a graduate of Howard University, and I know firsthand what kind of support and caring and love you get at a historically Black college and university. So much so that I told my son, you can go anywhere you'd like to go, but it has to be a historically Black college and university, period. And both of my children are graduates of HBCUs. My son from Clark Atlanta University and my daughter from Howard University. Many of my family in the South are graduates of Jackson State and Hampton and many of the HBCUs. Many of them wouldn't even consider going to any other school. And it's interesting, I worked at El Camino about 32 years before I retired, and some of our students, many of them went to HBCU, some went to the large majority universities, and we just had a program last Friday, and some of the students that went to the large research universities said, you know, I did graduate, but I wish I had listened to you and gone to an HBCU. So it's just a testimony of the wonderful things you get from the historically Black college and university. It is my pleasure to introduce to you, and I just met her today, Kiara Terrell White. She is a community college transfer student, and she just completed her first semester at Houston-Tillotson College in Texas. And she's going to tell you about her experience as a transfer student and her journey. Thank you. Let's give her a hand. My phone's dry. Okay, she wants to speak without the mic. Can you all hear her?
Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry. Okay. I think I have a pretty good teacher voice, so just let me know if I need to project a little more. So just real quick show of hands, who remembers that show College Hill? Yeah? Okay, so some people remember that show for the fight between the two girls with the stiletto, and yeah, that was like one of their less favorable moments, I would say. But for me, that was my first example that higher education could include me. At the time, there were commercials for USC and Cal State Long Beach and CSU Northridge, but nobody looked like me. So I never thought that college was attainable until I saw this show. I had never even heard of HBCUs before I saw that show. So that kind of sparked my love for HBCUs because, in short, it looked lit. And I wanted to be a part of that. Like all the other schools were like, yeah, all we do is go to school all day and yeah, we're gonna be productive citizens. And that's nice and all. But once I saw an HBCU homecoming on screen, I was like, I think that's the move. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I dedicated my middle school and high school career to getting into college, to going to an HBCU. And my junior year of high school, all of it panned out when I got my acceptance letter to Hampton University. It was the best day of my life. I had two of my closest friends with me. My mom was with me. I cried. We was in the parking lot of Target, and I was just crying in the parking lot of Target. So I decided that I was gonna go, that was my dream school. I was gonna go to Hampton. I was gonna meet my best friends there. I was gonna meet my husband. We noticed each other from across the room and time slowed down. And then he would propose to me after we crossed the stage. I would retire in Virginia with two twins and a golden retriever. That was the life that I had planned for myself. Except I had to learn that dreams do not pay $30,000 tuitions. I had never heard of a FAFSA. I didn't know what an EFC was, and I'm still waiting for the Department of Education to tell me where all this extra money is that I allegedly have. I want them to tell me what reserve it's in so I could go get it. So I haven't heard about that yet, but I had to have one of the most heartbreaking conversations with my mother when she sat me down, my single mother who raised me by herself, and she said, I know Hampton is your dream key, but we just can't afford it. So I reluctantly enrolled into Long Beach City College, and I called it the 13th grade because I bumped into everybody I had just seen in the 12th grade all over again. And I remember feeling so disappointed in myself because I couldn't understand why that consistency and so much hard work had turned into your tuition is $15,000 for the semester, your loans barely cover $7,000, and we need all the rest of it before you can step foot on our campus. So like I said, I enrolled in Long Beach City College. I enrolled in one class that semester. It was spring of 2012, and it was Introduction to PR with Pat McKean. And even through being resentful of the whole process, I went to class every day, and I got an A in that class. Between that first class and finally being able to hold my AA in my hands, 4 years had passed. Twice I dropped out because I didn't have the money. 2 times I dropped out because I thought that being a retail associate was more empowering than my education. That little check seemed real important until the end of the year came and I saw my W-2s and I said, that's it? Because I feel like I did a lot for y'all and that's all I made this year? All right, cool. So then I decided to go back to school. So by June or May of 2016, I was ready to wrap up the Long Beach City chapter of my life. I was happily the vice president of the development of Afro-American professionals at Long Beach City College. I was working at a job that I loved. I had beat out hundreds of other people for this coveted Kaiser internship. And I finally felt like life was looking like it was supposed to. I had kind of abandoned my love for HBCUs because I felt betrayed by the process. And I just had feelings of bitterness toward HBCUs. So I had applied, paid my little $50 to apply to Cal State Long Beach, got in, paid the $62 orientation fee and all that good stuff. So by May 2016, I knew I was going to Cal State Long Beach. But of course, life happens again. And May 19, 2016, on my morning commute to work, I was on the 22 freeway and I hit something in the road at 65 miles per hour. It hurled my car into a guardrail and a brick wall. So if everybody can hold your left hand up for me real quick. You have two bones in your arm, your ulna and your radius. Mine were snapped pretty much in half on impact, yes. So I was in more physical pain than I'd ever been in my entire life. Like, I literally remember going into shock, not being able to hear everything around me, pouring sweat, and really feeling like I was going to die. So 8 hours later, an ambulance ride, a hospital stay later, I leave the hospital with my life. And the police officers that found me, that came to the scene, told me I was lucky to be alive. Had you not had your seatbelt on, you would have died. So the emotional effects of all of that, on top of my arm being snapped completely in half, I'm in a sling and later on a cast from my knuckles to over my elbow. I went from being the most independent person that almost anybody knew to literally having to ask people to tie my shoes for me. And that was very hard for me to have to learn how to depend on people 100% and have to ask for help, because I have never been good at doing that. So I spent that summer in the dark crying. My job replaced me. My internship called me to tell me that they were sorry, they loved me, but I couldn't do it with the broken arm. So after all that hard work, I lost my internship. Cal State Long Beach decided that they wanted to snatch their admissions decision, so I was no longer going to be going to Cal State Long Beach. It was so much going on at the time, other than just the emotional effects of the accident and the physical effects of the accident. I was feeling like my life was falling apart around me, and I started to feel like, what good is it to do good if it doesn't matter, if your life is going to fall apart anyway? I had to type my final papers on my phone in an email with my right thumb, citations and all. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, and I still failed a class that semester. I didn't even want to walk, because mind you, I was still preparing to walk across the stage at Long Beach City College, and I still needed to go back and get one more class. My family, especially my mother, pushed me and said, you have to walk. It is so important that you walk. So I did it for them, and I smiled in the pictures, but the whole time I really just wanted to cry because I felt like a failure. I felt like, once again, life didn't work out right. And I was feeling like my life fell apart, but in hindsight, that's really when my life started to fall together, because I knew in my heart that no matter how I felt about Hampton, I still needed to be at an HBCU. Our ancestors were once literally killed for knowing how to read. And at HBCUs, here we are all in pursuit of college educations. I needed to be around people who understood the magnitude of what we were trying to accomplish. So I came back to Long Beach City after taking the summer class and having to field all of the, I thought you graduated questions. And I did my last class, and I was finally able to hold my AA in my hands. And through the Umoja Scholars Program, I went to a leadership conference, and I bumped into the director of admissions at Huston-Tillotson University. He was urging me to apply on the spot. And ironically, the night before, I was looking at Austin, Texas, and I was looking at the cost of living there. And I just said, Austin seems like that would be a cool place to live. 24 hours later, I'm talking to a man who is the director of admissions at an HBCU in Austin. That's divine intervention. You can't make that up. You can't fake that. You can't fabricate that. I was supposed to be there at that time. It was a reason why everything in my life happened the way it did. So January 6, 2017, about 8 months after the accident, I didn't need any of the surgeries the doctor said I would need. I didn't need a metal plate put in my arm. I healed completely on my own, thank God. And thank you. So I walked on to Huston-Tillotson University's campus with 2 50-pound luggages, and I sat in the scholarship office, and they were like, your loans don't cover it. And I said, we gonna figure it out though, because I'm not going home. I brought all my clothes. My mom is here. I done left the little retail job I had to find behind. It has to work. And it did, because last semester I got about $8,000 in scholarships. They wanted my mom to sign a promissory note for a Parent Plus loan, and I told them, no, you give me until the end of the semester and I will figure it out. They wanted her to sign a promissory note for $5,000. I ended up getting a scholarship from UNCF for $5,000. So on top of that, I had the honor of placing first in the 4th annual HBCU Healing Health Stories contest because I really wanted to bring light to mental health, mental illness, and just mental stability in the Black community because so often it's a subject we do not talk about. We don't want to talk about getting help. We don't want to talk what we've been through. We don't want to talk about therapy, but that is needed. You need to be whole in order to be able to give back to your community. I don't care how much money and how much time you give. If you're broken as a person, you're going to pass that on whether you realize it or not. So I did the scariest thing I've ever had to do when I transferred to HT. I realized that no matter how much you plan and prepare, life is going to happen. So the best thing that you can do is let go and just let it happen. And I was so consumed with trying to chase the perfect episode of College Hill that I didn't realize I was already living my best life. So I decided that I was going to stop controlling things, and all these amazing opportunities started rolling in. I had the opportunity to go to the Interactive Film and Music Conference, South by Southwest, for free. That's normally a $3,200 and upward fee to be able to go to that, and I got to go for free by attending HT. I stopped complaining about how far Walmart was, and lo and behold, friends came along with cars who learned I could cook, and they didn't care about taking me to Walmart as long as they was gonna eat. And I learned that as a vegetarian, I am definitely an anomaly in Texas. So when you go to Texas, some of y'all, you're gonna eat barbecue all day long, and chicken. As long as you're okay with that, you'll be all right. So, and I rounded out my GPA with a 3.3 GPA last semester. Thank you. And my most proud moment was in April, right before I came home. The internship that I'd lost last year, the supervisor called me back and told me that at Kaiser, this huge company, she kept that position vacant for a year because she couldn't see anybody but me doing it. I'll be starting there next Monday. So, in all, I want my story to convey two things to you all. One is that in the face of adversity, you always have two choices. You can either fold or go for the gold. The fold in the beginning will seem easy, but there is no such thing in life as something that is too hard, only a perspective that is too narrow. When you widen your perspective, you'll learn that progression, constant progression, is your key to success. You have to keep going. No matter what knocks you down, no matter how far it knocks you down, you gotta get up and you gotta keep doing it. Even if it's not for you, there's somebody watching you that needs to know that they can do it. And they might be going through something that's even worse than something you could ever imagine or that you're going through, and they need you to keep going so that they can feel like they can do it. I like to live my life doing what I feel like God called me to do, because I feel like student loans can be paid off. Regret is a much harder burden to carry because you can't pay that off. And you carry that with you every day to your deathbed, and it gets heavier every year that you do not act on what you are being pulled to do. And two, I want you to know that anything that you can dream, you can conceive. If you can think about it, you can hold it in your hand. Do not let time convince you that it is not possible. Whether it takes 20 years, 10 years, 50 years, keep forward in that pursuit, because either way, you're still going to have it. The time is going to pass no matter what. So either the time passes and you get it, or the time passes and you don't. You just have to decide if you're going to fold and go for the gold. So from my pilot season at Hampton to my scene here to you today, I can tell you that I didn't go to Hampton, so I didn't meet my best friends there. Naturally, of course, I didn't meet my husband there. I'm not much of a partier, so if he's looking for me, he better be in Barnes & Noble or a library or something. So I want to encourage you to let every commercial, every climax, every introduction to your own seasons of College Hill be serendipitous. Try to find joy in every situation, every single day. There are going to be times on this next journey that you go on where you're going to feel like, why did I do this? Why did I leave home? Why did I leave everything that I know? And I heard something on Super Soul Sunday, because Oprah's my girl, that pain pushes until the vision pulls. And I really, truly believe that. As long as you push forward through that pain, the vision will pull you wherever you need to be. So I say to you today, Congratulations, class of 2017. I am so proud of you all for choosing to go to Black schools and choosing to be a part of, like someone else said, history. At one point in time, our ancestors weren't allowed to read. They were beaten and killed for learning how to read. And all of us are achieving bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, associate's degrees, doctorate degrees, and that is so important. And you are going to find that you are so much more motivated to do it when you're surrounded by people that look like you, people that are not going to ask you, "Oh my God, did you cut your hair?" When you get a weave, or when you get a bun, or when you decide to go natural on Friday, but then you come back with 30 inches of realness on Monday. You are allowed to be yourself unapologetically in these environments, and I encourage you to go forth in that and be proud of yourself for having done that. Congratulations.
Wasn't that great? Let's give her another round of applause. Fantastic. That's truly motivational, inspirational. I see a career maybe in public speaking field. She is that dynamic. Thank you so much. I'd now like to bring up one of my former students from El Camino College Torrance campus. And she is a young lady that transferred, and she just graduated a couple of Sundays ago, Mother's Day, from Hampton University with honors. And she's going to share her transfer experience from a California community college.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. Oh, I don't think it's on, so I'm gonna put it to the side. So, my name is Imani Crenshaw. Today is actually my birthday, so I just turned 24 today. Thank you. So right out of high school, I went to West High in Torrance, California. I went to El Camino College. And the funny thing about that is I felt like I was being set back. I was like, I gotta go to community college. Because in high school they say, oh, 4-year, everybody's going to UCLA, USC, Santa Barbara, everybody's going everywhere. And you look up in El Camino on that first day of school, and everybody went to elementary school with, middle school with, sitting right. Girl, I thought you were going to USC. Yeah, I thought no. So I was like, you know what? I'm in the same place everybody else is. And I kept telling my dad, oh, I wish I was in 4-year, it's going too slow. And he says, everybody's race is different. And you might arrive at the finish line at a different time, but you're still going to arrive at the finish line. So like Miss Moore said, this past Mother's Day, I graduated from Hampton University with honors. Thank you. With a Bachelor's of Arts in Journalism with the emphasis in theater. So I was introduced to the HBCU experience since probably, I want to say middle school. In LA, every year they have the Black College Expo. Man, we couldn't wait till the Black College Expo came. We got to see all the cute boys. We got to eat some good food, see the step show, see all the Greek life, the different schools. Some people even walked up and got full ride scholarships because they had it that together. I didn't have it that together yet, but I got to talk and see all the different HBCUs, see what they were like, see what they had to offer. It was one of the best experiences and one of the biggest things I looked forward to every single year. My father, Andre Crenshaw, sitting right there, he went to Wilberforce University in Ohio. And the funny thing about Wilberforce is I was in the office, Project Success, one day, and the recruiter from Wilberforce was there. And I was like, oh, hi, my dad went to that school, da-da-da. And I happened to have all my stuff, my resume, my transcript, everything, my grades. And that day I got a presidential scholarship, full ride to Wilberforce University on the spot. And I just could not believe, I was like, what? Like, this is in a presidential scholarship to my dad's alma mater. And after that, I was just like, wow, college, they make it seem like getting into UCs and CSUs, they make it so difficult. I still don't know why it's such a difficult process to get into their systems, because it really shouldn't be. And once I got into Project Success, the availability of transferring to an HBCU was so simple and so easy and understandable. And it was just like, follow this and you got it. Get good grades, be in contact with them. And following the Project Success program, I was able to get into Dillard University. I got into Bennett College. I got into Norfolk State University, Hampton University, and I think that's all the HBCUs. But I was just like, this is incredible. I also got to go on the Black College Tour through Project Success. All I had to do, they were telling us, oh, you just have to write an essay, you know, go and you get a full ride scholarship. So, of course, everybody's like, I ain't writing no essay. I don't want to write nothing. It was 1-page essay saying why you want to go. So, of course, I wrote it, me and a couple other students. And we were like, it was like one of 5 or 4 people who actually wrote it. Mind you, out of hundreds of students, to go on a full ride scholarship, plane, airfare, food, everything taken care of. And that was really the next stepping stone for me into the HBCU experience. I got to go to Howard, Morehouse, Spelman, North Carolina A&T, Bennett, Hampton, of course, and Norfolk State University. And each college was so different, yet they had the feeling of inclusiveness. And you might not understand what inclusiveness is regarding college until you step in a space that's not for you, or that you're not welcome, or you don't see yourself or a reflection of yourself. And going to these HBCUs, it was like they were pulling, come, no, look at our band, look at our step, come to our school. We want you so bad. And to be wanted like that was an incredible feeling. And it's funny because when I got to Hampton, at the end of each school tour, we went to the bookstore, you know, got all the pencils, a sweatshirt, repping the different schools. And so I was on the bus and I got a call from Bennett saying that I got in. And I was like, what? That was my first college acceptance. I couldn't believe I got into Bennett College. I was like, I'm about to be a Bennett Belle, about to be going to the sock hop jams in the gym. I was ready. I knew where my dorm was going to be. I was set. And I didn't even go into the Hampton bookstore. I was like, I ain't going to Hampton. I'm going to Bennett. I called my mom. I got into college. Mind you, Hampton was beautiful. But at that point, I got in. I was like, I'm going. You know, the first thing you get, you like, I'm going there. So I get home, I start getting more acceptances, and then I get into Norfolk State University, which is in Virginia as well. And it's it's a state school. So, you know, they got money, it's modern, nice buildings, everything's beautiful. I was like, oh, I'm going to NSU, I'm going to SU. Then finally, my last acceptance letter that came in was Hampton. And we just looked at it, we were like, this is it. There was no other question. Hampton, to me, was my best school. The school that I can go to and be the best version of myself. And just like her experience, how she watched College Hill, I watched Drumline and all those movies. And I remember in Drumline seeing the band dancers, you know, the girls that be on the field, you know, getting it. And I thought I was like, I could do this. Yeah. So I went to school early by myself. I packed up all my bags, went thousands of miles across the United States to Virginia in I think it was July. I was going to be a band dancer. So I went to band camp. Nobody told me that I couldn't dance like that. I was like, what? These girls had been doing ballet, jazz, modern since they were 2. They've been training and preparing this for their entire lives. And I come in there barely doing a toe. Like, oh no. Band camp was one of the hardest experiences I've ever had in my entire life. We woke up at 4 a.m. We worked out 3 times a day and danced 4. Mind you, I hadn't been doing this at all, so I went in cold turkey. But I met some of my best friends. I got to move in my dorm early, met the football team, the cheer team, and I got to experience Hampton firsthand in a way where not everybody else was there, you know? So I got to make tons of friends. I learned the campus, got to go to the parties early, learn how we do the jam, you know, how it goes. And I just didn't make the team. But then I learned it was a blessing because those girls had no life. All they did was dance. And I was like, that would have been a different experience. So I wasn't mad at it. I was happy and proud of myself because I called my dad and said, Dad, I'm quitting. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. My body was sore from head to toe. I was like, I'm quitting. He was like, where are you going to go? I can't go home. I don't know where I'm going to go. I can't do band. It's too much. But I stuck it through and I did it. And Hampton has left a mark on me that I am forever grateful for. I have met we're just planning our trip to New Orleans later in August with my 2 best friends. And I can say that I have friends in almost every state. The professors were extraordinary. And in the journalism department, our professors just weren't professors who, you know, kind of went to school. No, they do this every day. They've done this. It's veterans in the industry. They know ABC, BET, Discovery Channel, and they brought these people to our school to meet us. President Harvey. If you haven't heard of President Harvey, you need to look President Harvey up. He is he holds the stance for the longest president at an HBCU. And he taught us excellence. That's our motto, the standard of excellence at Hampton University. And being surrounded by students who strove for excellence and nothing less made you step the bar up. Where you thought you reached the highest point and you see somebody to your left and they just went like this, you're like, oh no, I gotta, you gotta kick it into higher gear and go higher and higher. And Hampton took me to the highest point. And now I'm ready to go even further. Some things I want to leave you with when you transfer, for your transfer experience, join clubs and organizations. I joined the sailing team. Okay, never sailed a day in my life. I was just trying stuff. I was just doing stuff because in college you can do that. You can be a sailor one day. You can be playing basketball. You can do whatever you want in college. That's the beauty of it. And you can do it one day and maybe find out that's not for you and try something out the next day. But I tried everything. I did student government, journalism organizations. I was the event coordinator of the California Club because there wasn't very many of us in Virginia, but we stuck together and we made our own club. So I encourage you because it's instant friends. People in the club, you have events to go to, you can hold leadership, and that looks really good. Something simple, event coordinator, but it shows you have leadership. It shows you know how to plan, you know how to organize. Join sports teams, even intramural sports where you don't have to be CIAA or Division I. You can, if you enjoy the sport, you can play it. Also, time management. In college, you're on your own, literally. It's you and that alarm clock. And if you don't wake up on that alarm clock, you just slept through all your classes. So get a rhythm, create a strategy. And if you know you can't wake up early, do not get an 8 a.m. class. I'll be like, I'm going to change my life when I get to college. I'm going to wake up early. No, if you're not doing it now, you're not going to do it then. So just think about that. And another thing, I'm not sure where all of you guys are going, but for me in Virginia, the weather. When it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, you can't breathe. So be prepared, have your clothes. Don't worry about bringing everything you own here to school. Shop there. The school, Walmart on the South and East Coast, Walmarts are the size of Del Amo Mall. Everything you need is there. So don't worry about bringing 10 bags. Mom, I got to bring my pillow and my bedspread. Don't bring any of that. Buy it there. Trust me, you'll save yourself a lot of grief. And budgeting. In college, there's always going to be something to do. Homecomings, like she spoke of, are the event of the century. It's like prom, graduation, and your wedding and your birthday in one thing. You're going to wear stilettos to class. You're going to have your hair done. All this stuff takes money. The parties, everything. So make sure you have a budget because you can't, Mom, Dad, because that hand closes quick. And also take advantage of the jobs on campus. That was huge. I worked every semester. I worked in the athletic building. I worked in the journalism building. I worked at the freshman male dorm. And that little check came in handy. I didn't work every day. I didn't work myself to death. I was able to do my class work at my job. So instead of worrying about getting a job off campus, we have to drive, get there. They don't work with your hours. Work on campus because they know you're a student. And they allow you to work and be a student at the same time, which is very important. And have fun. Take advantage of everything possible. Be friendly, be open, take risks, calculated risks, be smart, and don't be afraid to try something new. And also, I'm available if you need any questions. You guys can email me, call me. My line is open. If you need help, have questions with anything, I'm available for you guys. Thank you.
some great words to the wise. I hope everybody took note or remembers all this great information. Just one other thing for me, being in the HBCU, what was different was that you're around all these intelligent Black folks, and they push you. They push you, like Imani said, to do better. You got a B, you need to be getting A's, and you better not get a C. You'll get a response like, what's wrong with you? You're not here to get C's. So people push each other. I just wanted to make that one comment. But at this time, we're just delighted to have the CEO of El Camino College Compton Center. I'm gonna make sure I get that right. And he has graced us with his appearance, and he wants to say a few words. That's Dr. Curry. Let's give him a round of applause. So we had our board member, and now we have our CEO, Dr. Curry.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for coming. Sorry? I just want to say thank you for coming out today. Hey, I just want to say thank you for coming out today. I'm running back and forth because, at the end of the year, there's so many different events that are happening here at the Compton Center. But I just want to say congratulations on your accomplishment of being accepted and playing the role at an HBCU campus this coming fall. I think it's significant for people to recognize that individuals from our community are able to have this opportunity to go to HBCU. Not too many people get this opportunity. And what's important that you go, but also that you graduate. And you come back to our community and share that brilliant story in regards to your experience at the HBCU. The Compton Center is a difficult place, right? And for you to be able to graduate from here and go to HBCU college is important for not just our institution, but also for our community. Because not too many people in our community get an opportunity to move on to higher education. And not too many people get an opportunity to move on to higher education at HBCU. So I want to congratulate you for that accomplishment. But for me, what's important is that once you graduate, you come back to our community and give back to our community. And there's different ways you can do that. But it's important for our youth to see individuals who came from here come back here and be successful. So I want to say congratulations and thank you. And Dr. Deborah LeBlanc, she's one of our board members, our vice president of the board. I know she spoke earlier, but she's an advocate of students. She's a strong advocate for students who are transferring to four-year colleges and universities, and also students who are going to HBCUs. I'm glad she had the opportunity to come out today to provide some insight and some words of wisdom as it relates to your moving on to HBCU. So thank you for everything that you do, Dr. LeBlanc. And thank you to the staff, too. And now I'm moving to my next meeting, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I know El Camino College Compton Center really appreciates all the support the board members and the CEO have provided. They've sent students on at least 2, maybe 3 college tours, and many of those students have already transferred or in the process of transferring. So we know how important participation on the Black College Tour is. Now, folks, before I go to the next thing, how many of you have applied for scholarships? If you raise your hand, if you applied for scholarships, raise your hand. Okay. If you've received scholarships so far, raise your hand. Okay. Let me urge you to continue applying for scholarships. I know it takes time. It means you have to write an essay. But so what? Take advantage of that. Oh, there's money available. A lot of times people don't even apply. We had a handout. Hopefully everybody got the flyer about the Delta Scholarship. And there are a couple of other websites that you can go on and begin to peruse and start applying for scholarships. Okay? I know at El Camino College Torrance Center, we had a big scholarship, and I think 2 people applied. Okay? So definitely apply. Take advantage of that. It's worth it. You can sit down and write an essay for 30 minutes, potentially get $1,000. I can write an essay all day. Okay? Now we'd like to hear from you all. And I'm going to bring our director, Ms. Helen Young, up. And I'd like you, students who are transferring, if you would line up and just kind of tell everybody your name. I have the information right here. Your name, the community college you attended, the HBCU that you're transferring to, and your major. And maybe what inspired you to select that particular college or university. And then she's going to provide you with a certificate. So come on, line up.
Got it.
I want to hear from you.
Okay, here we go. So it's probably gonna be easier for you to line up on the left side because our photographer is gonna grab you on the right side over here. And then we'd love to get family shots. You know, the HBCU, the Black experience is about family. And you couldn't have gotten this far without family, right? So if you brought your family with you, once you skedaddle to that side, give your family the let's do it. Join them over here so that you can get a family shot. If you want friend shots, that's cool too. We'll do as many shots as we can. And then Elaine and Essie, did Essie leave? Okay, we need that shot. We're gonna do a shot with you alone, or excuse me, a shot with you, with myself and Miss Moore with your certificate. So we got a lot of maneuvering to do. Everybody with me? Fantastic. Okay, here we go. The first one is Alexis Gonzalez. We're gonna let you talk for a few minutes.
Okay. So my name is Alexis Gonzalez. I attend Compton College, and I will be attending Jackson State University for fall 2017. And what inspired me is that I went on the HBCU tour last year with Dr. Edwards and Miss Bailey, and we went to Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, Tuskegee. But when I stepped foot on Jackson State, I felt like home. Like I just knew this was the school for me. I just felt good about it. I felt it would bring my Blackness out, like something that I can't get from like growing up and going to like high schools out here, PWIs. They don't teach you about HBCU, so I had to find out on my own. I used to go to the transfer center, and I used to go to counselors, and they told me about this tour, and then I took it, and it was the best thing that I've ever done, and I'm proud to say that I'm going to Jackson State, and yeah.
We're gonna get a shot of you alone.
Okay.
Thank you. I have an amazing staff. Give it up for Erin. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Ms. Shantavia Miles.
I don't really know what to say. I'm Shantavia Miles. I am transferring to Clark Atlanta University in the fall. And the reason I chose to go to HBCU because none of my family went to HBCU. And y'all said College Hill, but I actually seen Stump the Yard, and that kind of inspired me. So I chose HBCU, and I'm proud of my decision because after I graduate, I'm a road trip there and explore Atlanta, Georgia. So.
Courtney Miller.
Hi, my name is Courtney Miller, and I go here, and I also went to Cerritos before I transferred here. The school that I got accepted to was Stillman and Jackson State, but I decided to go to Jackson State, and I see like friendly faces, so I'm glad Alexis is going because I did. We went to the HBCU tour in November, and my experience in school was a little different. I went to a white school growing up, so we never really like celebrated Black History Month or anything like that. They never really talked to us about HBCU schools. So once I came here, I knew about HBCUs, but never really thought about going until Miss Bailey came into my English 1C class. And I was like, let me just apply and see if I'll be able to go. And I really did like Jackson State. It felt like home. Everybody was really friendly, so I'm excited to go. Thank you.
Tamara Tolbert.
Hi, I'm Tamara Tolbert. It's okay. Everybody messes up my name. I attend El Camino College Compton Center. I'm going to Dillard University. You know. And my major is psychology. And what inspired me to select Dillard was I went on the HBCU college tour in fall 2015, and Dillard was actually the first school that we went to. And what I really liked about Dillard was not only that it was a small campus and it kind of reminded me of being at school here, but that the president took time out of his schedule to meet with us and sit and talk with us and let us know that we, could not only come to him for stuff that was school related, but just life in general, and that he, and his wife and his family, they would be there for us. Even if like we didn't have a place to stay for like Thanksgiving and we couldn't go anywhere, that they would host us at their home for Thanksgiving. So it just made me feel like they really care about you. And so that's why I chose Dillard.
Roderick Daniels Jr.
There's a junior in there. Hi, everyone. I'm Roderick Daniels. I am a psychology major, and I am attending Hampton University. What inspired me to attend Hampton specifically, my brother went there on a football scholarship, so during graduation, we all flew out there. And I just completely fell in love with the culture. Like, I remember walking into a Forever 21, and it was black people. I was like, when does this happen? It's like, where is this at? Where am I? So the culture, everyone was so polite. They were so genuinely nice to me, and it was like, this is where I want to be. I knew it was an HBCU, didn't know which one. So after attending there and going on the tour, I felt like Hampton was the home for me. Home by the sea.
Janae Edebar.
My name is Janae Edibor, and my major is mass communications, and I'm going to Clark Atlanta. And I just always wanted to live in Atlanta, and once I visited the campus, I knew it was for me.
Clement Gibson.
God is good. All the time. Amen. All right. I'm not from California. I actually was born in Liberia, which is West Africa. 1997 Civil War brought my family to Maryland, which then I moved to Minnesota. Lived there for 14 years, and I moved to New York on a basketball scholarship. While out there, I tore my knee. Brought me to California. And once I got here, I had no interest in the HBCU, didn't really know much about it growing up. But my counselor, Dr. Freeman at Long Beach City College, gave me the opportunity got a couple Long Beach City students here, gave us the opportunity to go on an HBCU tour. And while there, we visited Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse, and Jackson State, which is where I'm going to be going next year. So once we were out there, I'm a city boy, and we was in the country, obviously, but Jackson State gave me that like city boy feeling. So I felt like this would be where I'd be most comfortable. So other than that, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be representing New York / Minnesota / Maryland / Africa. All right, but thank you all for inviting me, and God bless.
Charity Hall. Come on up, come on up.
Hi, my name is Charity Hall. I attend El Camino Compton College after I broke. I wasn't ready. Sorry. I came to Compton College after I had a scholarship to go to Mount St. Mary's, and that was taken away from me, so I wasn't able to go. So I started my career, my education at Harbor, and I ended up over here. So yeah. All right. I will be attending Tuskegee, and my major was physical education, but I changed it to psychology because my journey here kind of motivated me to be a community college, because there's not a lot of good counselors here. Well, not here, but community colleges. Not to be like that, but like the counselors at community college, like, it's not like, I want to make a difference, because I went through a lot,
Like, it took me 4 years to get my AA. Because, I'll go one day, they'll tell me this, and then tell me that. And it's like, I had to be proactive in my own. So, yeah. And I decided Tuskegee because I had, my friend go there. She runs track. And I had a couple other family members. And, I just loved the campus. And, I just liked it.
Jayza Jordan.
Good morning, everybody. Is it still morning? I think it's afternoon. Hello. Anyway, my name is Jayza Jordan, and I go to Long Beach City College. I will be attending Dillard University in the fall, and my major will be nursing with an emphasis in pediatrics. I learned about Dillard University from my mother because she's an alum, and because I went to the Black College Expo tour. So when I was younger, I was I don't remember how old I was, but she went to Dillard in 2005. So we moved to New Orleans, and I was basically on the campus all day, every day. So basically, I went there, and I'll be going to college again for the second time. So I'm excited, though.
Aaron Hillard.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erin. I go to Long Beach City College. I'll be going to Tuskegee University as well. My major is business admin, focus and management, and I eventually want a master in accounting and finance as well. What inspired me to go to this? Well, we went on a tour. Our last day, we visited Tuskegee on their homecoming. It was turned up. It was really fun. But I guess what makes me want to go to HBCU, I didn't want to go at first. But my mom was like, you gotta go, and I didn't want to do it straight out of high school. But I really feel like God gave me a second chance when Dr. Freeman offered us the tour for free and, being able to visit those schools and take advantage. And I guess I was inspired because I want to bring something back here that you don't get out here. And it's a lot of weight on my back, especially because I want to show my parents and my family and my friends that I'm able to be independent and on my own. Well, they know that, but to have an HBCU experience is just nothing like it is out here. I mean, it wasn't too much of a culture shock, but it was just I felt home, especially being at Tuskegee. So, yeah, that's what's up.
Miss Kiara Terrell White. We have a certificate for you as well.
Thank you. Okay, so again, I'm Kiara, hey. I also went to Long Beach City College, and like someone else said, it took me 4 years. But please don't get hung up on how long it's gonna take you to finish. Like I said, the time is gonna pass anyway, whether you get it or you don't. Just keep the goal in mind. Don't so much put a date on it. I was supposed to be class of 2015, but I would have been so much more in debt than I am now because I had the opportunity to take my time and look for scholarships and things like that. So please don't get hung up on how long it takes you. Just keep the goal in mind, and you'll be pulled to that goal no matter how long it takes you. So I'm a communications major, and like I said, that internship called me to start with them next week. So I will be working in Kaiser's their integrated brand communications department. What that means is that I am the spokesperson for Kaiser whenever they have events, whenever they do something good, like send somebody to college or pay off their medical bills. I go interview that person, I upload it to their national database, and I'm the first person of contact for the media to speak to Kaiser. So that will turn into my career once I graduate. There's already a job offer on the table. All I got to do is come in with that piece of paper, all right, I'm qualified to do it. So, and I attend Houston-Tillotson University, and what inspired me to select that university was it is the closest HBCU to California. My life goal at the very top is to start an HBCU in California. So that is why I chose that one, because I felt like there's no way that I could start and lead Black people in an academic setting if I myself have never been in one. So that was my guiding decision to go to a Black school. Thank you.
Simeon Orman.
All right, so my name is Simeon, and I attend Los Angeles Trade Tech College, like near downtown LA. My major is kinesiology, and I hope to become a physical therapist someday. And I might be attending Grambling State. I'm not sure right now, you know how it goes. But what inspired me to transfer to Grambling State was, for one, the weather. I must have caught it on a lucky day, but it was a beautiful day out there. The campus was looking nice. And the guy who was giving us a tour, he seemed like a really down-to-earth dude. The people there were nice. I felt like home there, just like all of you might feel when you guys go or have gone. So that's why I chose Grambling State.
Summer Washington.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samar Washington. It's okay. I go to El Camino Torrance, and my major is mass communications. And over the time, I visited a lot of, PWIs in California. And I noticed that there was no one like us. So I really had no plans of really going to college and going to a higher college. So I went to a community college. And I came across Daniel Walker, and he actually inspired me to go to a HBCU. So I took that tour, and it was just a life-changing experience. And it gave me like a broader aspect of what college has to offer. So I felt like it was home. I made friends right when I got on campus. I networked, and it just felt right. So I will be going to Clark. Thank you.
Jasmine Williams. If you just walked in, can you come up to the front? Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Williams. Right now I go to Riverside City College all the way in the IE, so I feel like I'm like the only one here. I'll be attending Wiley College in the fall of 2017. My major is going to be early childhood education. What inspired me? To be honest, this wasn't my first choice. I really had my heart set on Clark Atlanta. I had family out there, been at the campus, loved it, enjoyed the atmosphere. For whatever reason, did not hear any response from them whatsoever, no matter how many calls or emails I sent. This is actually my second time getting accepted into Wiley. They had accepted me previously last winter, and I kind of just no. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just listen to destiny. This must be fate, the second acceptance. I have to go. I went to the Black College Expo earlier this year, and I was listening to Miss Young speak about what 3 majors were the highest of the transfer colleges that worked with the community college in the California Act, and she had said that education was actually one of the main majors to graduate at Wiley, and I was like, well, I guess this is destined to be. I'm going to Wiley, so I will be going there in about August this year. So.
Okay, Miss Oriana Brown.
Hello, my name is Oriana, and I go to Santiago Canyon in Orange, and my major is child psychology. And what had inspired me to go, I'm still in the process of applying and still being accepted into schools. For one, my main is Hampton University because I just visited and I fell in love with the campus. What inspired me to go to HBCU is the fact that you just feel so welcomed, and everyone has been saying, you just feel at home, and that's, you don't always get that here, since I've kind of predominantly been going to white schools all my life. So to go to an HBCU is a pretty big thing for me, so yes.
Belinda Freeman.
Okay. Hello, my name is Belinda Freeman. I go to Long Beach City College. I'm going to be attending Clark Atlanta University in the fall. And my major will be mass media studies with an emphasis on broadcasting. What inspired me to go to Clark Atlanta University as opposed to a predominantly white institution was the HBCU tour through my school. At first, I was a little apprehensive about going on the tour because I was like, I don't know if I can afford to not work for a week, but that was definitely the best decision I've made so far in my life, to just sacrifice that work week, which I didn't even feel that sacrifice. It was absolutely a complimentary tour. And we got to see different kinds of colleges. And once I went to Clark, I felt like I was at home, like I'm sure everyone else has said. And I really feel like there's a greater networking opportunity, especially with going to HBCU, because the whole reason of going to college is not only to enrich yourself, but to get a job. So I felt like at a HBCU, it's more likely for me to make connections as well as me putting an effort to reach my goals career-wise. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay, is everybody ready? Ready? Okay. Drum roll.
Go ahead. Fill out the first.
It's exciting.
Alexis Gonzalez.
Back there.
Okay, Alexis, you stay right there. And we have one more.
Clement Gibson.
Oh, your ticket's right there. Okay. And then be a quick little photo.
We're gonna do a quick picture.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you're both going to Jackson?
Yeah. They're both going to Jackson State. Hold on just a second.
I'll do it afterwards.
There are a couple of people that I have to recognize at this time, and those are our two speakers. Now, first, Imani, did Imani? She'll be back in just a minute. I understand, her father told me. But also, Kiari Terrell White, please come forward. We have some flowers we'd like to give to you. Thank you so much for your compelling story and journey and motivational speech. Oh my gosh. You're well on your way. Thank you so much. I'd also like to recognize and to thank Dr. Essie French Preston. You know, we decided very late to make this happen, and Dr. Preston stepped right up. She did all the logistics, the background work, running all around this campus to make it happen, and we really appreciate you and all that you do. We love you. Come in a minute. Can you sit down, look it down? Thank you. Yeah, and we'll recognize Imani when she comes back. But now I'd like to turn it back over to our director, Helen Young, who's going to give the closing remarks.
Well, this is our first annual, and I think we kicked it out pretty good. How about y'all? The only thing missing is a line dance. So we need some music, because you know that's how we roll, right? Okay, little line dance, you know, we'll wrap it all up. I just, again, want to thank Elaine Moore for doing an amazing job. We literally were on a conference call, about 6 weeks ago, and I said, let's do a reception. And I guess she said, that crazy lady. But she pulled it together. Essie, thank you again for being an amazing host. and just opening up your arms and your campus to us. And we are just so super excited that this will begin to roll out every year in Northern and Southern California. Is our hopes is that we can celebrate and really honor you for the accomplishments that you've made. We love you. As I said before, we want to stay in contact with you. We know that getting you there is the first part, but you finishing is the most important piece, so that you can come back, as Dr. Curry said, and make a difference in this community and our communities. We need you. You may have heard of something called brain drain, where you get really smart and you don't come back to your community. We don't want that to happen. We want you to bring back all of that intelligence and all of that knowledge back to your communities and make an impact. That's what it's all about. It's not about you. It's about everything other than you, right? It's really what it's all about. We love you and congratulations. And now we're going to get some photos, and Aaron will turn on the music a little bit as y'all walk out. And if there's extra sandwiches, please take them with you. We've already paid for them. Take them home, please. We love you. Thank you. Good night. Yes, ma'am. I'll have it sent to whatever. Everybody look this way.
Say, turn that phone thing.
Make sure they add it to the bottom of the ring.
Everybody keep your eyes open. Don't look at nobody but me. Here we go. 1, 2. All up. Okay, 1, 2. Give a big smile, everybody. 1, 2.
So my name is Kiara Terrell. I'm a proud alumni of Long Beach City College, and I currently attend Houston Tillotson University in Austin, Texas, where I will be proudly graduating in May 2018. I chose an HBCU because at one point in time, our ancestors were killed, maimed, and literally kept away from education, prevented from reading, prevented from knowing how to write, kept illiterate to keep them oppressed. And I needed to be around people who looked like me, talked like me, act like me, came from that type of culture, who could understand the magnitude of what we were trying to accomplish by going to college and getting college degrees.
My name is Imani Crenshaw. I attended El Camino College, and I recently graduated from Hampton University with the Bachelor's of Arts in Journalism. I decided to attend an HBCU because of Project Success. As soon as I stepped through El Camino's doors and into the Project Success program, Ms. Moore pushed HBCUs in a way where it wasn't an option. HBCU made sure that you knew that HBCU was going to be for you, and that's exactly what it was. I also went on the Black College Tour, and I got to visit Howard, Spelman, Morehouse, North Carolina A&T, Bennett, Hampton, of course, and that was a life-changing experience. I have made lifelong friends on the tour, and I was able to see firsthand what those colleges could offer for me. And as soon as I stood on Hampton University's campus, I knew that was the right HBCU for me. So I got a degree in journalism, so I plan to be an entertainment correspondent for a major network. I also plan to start a social media managing business, and at the end of my career, I plan to teach either kindergarten or preschool. From my HBCU, I received lifelong friends. I received friends that I have in almost every state across the United States. I received family, support. My teachers and my professors went above and beyond. They knew my name. They talked to my parents. At graduation, they were so happy to finally meet them. It was unwavering support. Everybody around me was striving for success. They looked like me, they talked like me, they walked like me. It was a family reunion every single day, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, and I'll probably never experience something like that environment ever again in my life. So it was a lifelong experience, and I'm forever grateful for my HBCU experience.